Okay. So we will go one by one. Okay. Yeah, Brijesh, you can go ahead with your question. Let me allow you to see if you are able to unmute now. Sorry, I'm not able to hear you. Brijesh, unmute again.
Yes, sir. I'm audible. Hello.
Just a minute. So sorry. Yeah, Brijesh, go ahead. Brijesh or Darshan, anyone? Please go ahead.
Sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, go ahead.
So thank you for giving me opportunity to talk.
Yeah.
So currently, I have 4 years of experience.
Hmm.
Initially, I had joined as a intern in a startup-based company. So
Hmm.
currently, I'm working there only.
Hmm.
So for 2 years, I worked on Flutter. After that, they didn't had a project, so they transitioned me into Angular. So
Okay.
the project was already developed. It was like maintenance thing. So
Hmm.
there were some requirements, like some features and that. So I used ChatGPT to make those changes.
Hmm.
But my skill set, it's been 4 years.
Hmm.
So looking into myself, I feel that now I forgotten Flutter also, and in Angular I don't have deep knowledge.
Okay.
So what should I do, sir? It's
So
currently.
with Flutter, we have a good opening, right? Because we have very less people when we talk about Flutter or native, React Native. So very less number of peoples are there. But again, I have seen those who know Flutter, they are into native also. I don't know like how they are because both are different. But I was taking interviews for native, so the people who are giving interviews for native, they used to know Flutter also. But ideally, it's not possible. But both are not related, right? But for Flutter also, we have very good market, right? So focused on one technology because Angular and Flutter are totally different, right? Let's say you were Angular and Ionic, so it is related, but Angular and Flutter are altogether different. So focus on any one, right? Either you, based on you, like where you are good at. Either you are getting your confidence in Angular, so proceed with Angular. But again,
Yes,
when we
sir.
talk about Angular, right, there are so many people. But when we talk about Flutter, we have less number of people, right? So I will suggest ki go with the Flutter. But again, don't be limited with the Flutter. Try one more adding technology also, either native or something. Again, Ionic also. Be you know Angular, so Ionic is not nothing new. Okay.
Actually, in Flutter, I have forgotten Flutter, so I want to go into web development. So I had started
Hmm.
MongoDB SQL means CRUD
Yeah,
operations.
that
So
is also good then. Node.js plus Angular combination,
yes,
right?
sir. So I just wanted to know that for these 4 years of experience
Hmm.
for Angular developer, what
Hmm.
main means, things should I learn? Means,
It's
would
not
you?
like for 4 year or something, right? So what are the topics we have? Everything you should know. So again, as you mentioned, like in your project, you are mostly using ChatGPT to carry out the work. But again, don't be limited yourself to the project. Create your own project and complete that flow. Whatever the task you are not able to complete from scratch, use your own project and complete that. That is one way to get proper hands-on, and you will be more confident also while answering the question. And Node.js also be means let's say basic CRUD API, login, JWT token, one-to-one, one-to-many relationship, right? Rule-based thing. Create a project, write your own API, and consume that API in your Angular project.
And
Okay.
sir, I had purchased your membership
Hmm.
of that YouTube classes. It
Hmm.
means in that you have a video of Angular interviews and other
Hmm.
things. By doing that, am I able to crack the interviews?
But just interview won't help you. You have to. Okay. Because I'm
Okay.
not into that. Okay. My knowledge is
Okay.
also very limited to Angular, React, Next.js, .NET, and everything. AI, you can say. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Tejasvi, you can unmute.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, I want to learn state management. As of
Hmm.
now, I'm just using ChatGPT and just keeping the code, but I am not
Hmm.
getting like how to write the action effects.
Right.
Like where I can learn this one in
See,
detail.
it's
Mm.
very easy. Okay.
Mm.
First, you need to understand ki where you actually need the state management. Not every project needs the state management. Okay.
Okay.
But if you are giving interviews right now,
No, as of now.
okay, right? So you have time. So what you
Yes.
do, first understand ki what steps are there to implement the state management. You install the package, right? Then you create the
Mm.
action. Then you create the reducer. Then you
Mm.
register your store onto your app module or app config. Then from the component, if you want to trigger any action, you dispatch that action. This is the flow. So first start with very basic. Just implement the very counter example without any API integration, right?
Okay.
In your store, try to maintain the counter and from various component, try to increment or decrement. This is very basic one. If you are
Mm.
able to understand everything and without taking the reference of existing code, you are able to implement everything. Then move on to the effect where API call come into the picture, right?
Okay.
So
Mm.
like that, one by one step, go ahead. It's not really complex, but on a personal level, you can explore everything. Okay.
Mm.
Don't go
Yeah.
for a signal based store. Just play it with the normal store. Once you are done with
Mm.
everything with the normal store, then you can go for a signal based store also. Okay. Again, that is no one will expect you also to do that. Just basic the
Mm.
NGRX, what is reducer, what are action, right? API
Mm.
call data, what are dispatch, how do you register in app module, in app config, that thing they will ask. Okay. So go step by
Okay.
step. Don't directly jump to the API. Once you go directly to the API, then it looks very hard. Try with the counter
Mm.
example.
Mm.
Okay.
And one more thing, like I want to learn Azure also, like where I can found like good platform to learn that Azure.
Go purchase Udemy, I will say. But again, check if
Mm.
you know Hindi. Hindi, I don't know, Tamil or some videos are there. Because when you purchase something from Udemy, they are so in depth. So it's not like everyone will be able to understand that. Or instead of that, just try YouTube and try to first
Okay.
understand key from a web developer what things you should know. Because Azure, it's mostly for the backend. You know any backend technology?
Previously, I have worked for 1 year for MongoDB.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. But normally, like .NET and Java person, they are mostly use the services from the cloud, right? Angular developer doesn't has to know everything from the cloud. Even basic knowledge is very sufficient. Okay. So just rely on the YouTube videos, try to find a good resource, and by submitting that debit card detail, we get some 200 credits, I think. So you can explore all the services. Means how do you host application, right? That those
Mm.
things you can learn. Even OpenAI, ChatGPT,
Yeah.
OpenAI. So you can create a Node.js application and you can integrate OpenAI. Means just like how ChatGPT work, that you can do integration in your web application also. So for doing that, you cannot directly do that with Angular. You need a backend service. So you can use Node.js to do the API integration of OpenAPI. So like that, some things we can explore. But again, for Angular developer, no one will expect you to have a in-depth of any Azure or AWS also. Just
Mm.
basic things, whatever you can explore, that is very fine. Okay.
And one more thing, nowadays we are writing test cases in just.ts.
Yes. Hmm.
Like, is it really necessary to write those test cases?
See, in every enterprise level application, it is very mandatory because whenever we get the project, it is in the SOP or in the contract.
Mm.
Like we have to cover whatever we have to make the coverage like 80% something what they decide, right? So test cases
Mm.
are very mandatory. Again, we don't write it by own. Obviously, we use some AI tool to do that. Okay. But have
Yes.
the basic idea clear ki why do we write the test cases? What are those blocks, if, condition, describe, right? If you are
Mm.
subscribing, how do you create that? How do you mock the API response? Just basic should be clear. Okay.
Mm. But no one will test that one, right?
No one will
Like we
test,
will
but your
just run. Yeah.
pipeline will success. Na? If you have not if you don't have the proper coverage, your pipeline build won't get deployed, right?
Yes.
So we have to write it. There is no run away from that. Got it?
Okay.
But be aware of the
And
basic things. Okay.
mm,
Yeah. Ankit or Harsh. Yeah. Go ahead and mute.
उसको project
Your voice is breaking, Ankit. Try to message if not possible. Yeah, Harsh.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Your voice is also not coming. Anyone who is able to hear? Yeah, Sonprabha. Go ahead.
हेलो सर।
Yeah, hi.
सर मुझे पूछना था, मतलब मुझे एंगुलर का 4 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है और नोड का 1 साल का है। मतलब
Okay.
एक प्रोजेक्ट पे मैंने फुल स्टैक पे काम किया था। अभी मुझे
ठीक है।
अप्लाई करना है मिन स्टैक पे, तो उस पे ओपनिंग रहती है, मतलब 4 साल 3 साल वैसा रहता है। तो वैसा अप्लाई किया मिन स्टैक के लिए। तो इंटरव्यू में ऐसा पूछा जाता है कि सिक्योरिटी लेवल बैकएंड के क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं, जैसे मैंने काम नहीं किया, जैसे लाइक लोड बैलेंसर, रेट लिमिटिंग, लाइक।
ओके, तो वो AWS का पार्ट हो गया वैसे, कि
हम्म।
when we host our application we normally have one server ready, but if that server fails, what happens? Then load balancer come into the picture, right?
यस।
So very limited number of questions are around this. So first, like your firewall rules, load balancer, what it does, if you are using any file server like Azure, or we have S3 bucket, right? So what
हम्म।
permission we set, right?
यस।
Then token based authentication, right? So have those questions ready. At least if you give it theoretical part also very confidently, you will get that answer from ChatGPT or any AI tool, right? Have those answer ready, because once you mention Node.js, obviously those questions will be there. Even though you
हाँ।
say कि I have just one year of experience, still they will ask those questions. Okay, so have theoretical part at least ready.
फिर मुझे AWS का अकाउंट बना के जो मतलब इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करना पड़ेगा, तो वैसा होगा क्या?
हाँ, है ना वो फ्री। जैसे अज्यूर पे हमें 200 क्रेडिट्स मिलते हैं ना, वैसे AWS पे भी है। मुझे भी याद नहीं है कि AWS पे क्या होता था, बट वहाँ पे भी फ्री है। बट
मतलब
वही
मैं
चेक करो
सेल्फ
कि
स्टडी कर
हाँ,
सकती
कर
हूँ?
सकते हो ऑब्वियसली ना, कर सकते हो। ओके, डेबिट कार्ड की डिटेल या क्रेडिट कार्ड जो भी चाहिए उनको। जब मुझे अभी इतने में तो मैंने भी नहीं एक्सप्लोर किया, जब मैंने किया था 2-3 साल पहले, तो 1 ईयर का फ्री देते थे। फ्री टायर कुछ तो भी रहता
हाँ,
था ना, EC2
वैसा
इंस्टेंस हम
वैसा
क्रिएट
है।
करते थे। हाँ, अब आई डोंट नो कि अभी क्या है। अज़ूर में जैसे 2,200 क्रेडिट्स मिलते हैं, AWS में भी वैसा कुछ होगा, लेकिन फ्री में हम कर सकते हैं, बेसिक चीज़ें सारे एक्सप्लोर हो जाती है। ओके,
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
या या नेक्स्ट प्रैक्टिशनर और संतोष, गो अहेड।
Hello.
यस।
The thing is, actually, everyone are speaking about the backend technology, right?
हम्म।
So, like, just wanted to know about the Python fast API is also there, right? So, like,
या सो Python fast API is very easy to learn. If you compare .NET or Java obviously takes time. .NET take less time, but if you compare fast API, it again take very less time to learn quickly. Most of the small project, let's say we have a client, he has some application which doesn't need so much security, and he want it very quickly. So Python fast API is a very good option. Okay, so
okay.
that's why it's currently in very much demand.
So,
Okay.
what about that enterprise level? Like, is there any organizations are using
I
it
have
or
not
like?
s- I have not seen कि fast API they are using for some very big application. At least might be they are using, but I have not seen yet. Whenever we talk about very big enterprise level application, right? Either they will go for Java if security is must. If security is not must, they go for .NET also, right? But rather than either they will go for Node.js, either they will go for fast API also. Even sometimes they write the PHP code also. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Santosh, Tarandeep, anyone? Go ahead quickly.
Yeah. So, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So, the thing is, actually, I'm Angular developer and having 6 years of experience,
Mm,
and currently I'm preparing for a switch.
mm,
So, I'm actually and I'm preparing from last 3 4 months,
mm.
like system design and all those things. But I think like it would be better if I explore some backend technology also, so that I'll be a full stack. So,
Right.
what about like if I explore Python and some of the framework and this fast API thing? So just some need some suggestions from you.
See, when you choose Python, Python has a very different market, right?
Hmm.
Regarding AI also, machine learning also, IoT also, it support
Hmm.
various domain. But when
Yeah.
you focus on the .NET is very limited to the web API now, right? But
Okay.
Python supports so many different domains.
Okay.
Learning Python is always, I will say, ki if you have time and if you are able to relate that technology properly, I think you should go with that.
The thing is like in future perspective, I'm thinking like to explore some AI stuff and all those things. So that's why like
Yeah,
it
Python
is
is
in my
the
mind.
first choice, right? Right?
Okay.
Yes.
And
So,
what do you think like if I'll like when should I be interview ready if I start exploring Python and so that I'll become interview
but
ready?
again in Python, as I said, now you have to choose your key
Okay.
fast API or that machine learning side, right? Or we use for automation also, right? So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to choose that key inside Python also what
I'm
you are
thinking
focusing.
about like AI full stack engineer in which front end is also involved and in backend they want this Python and fast API and all those things.
In the remaining AI tools integration, right?
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah,
a Gen AI also you can say.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah, yeah.
fast API should be there.
Okay, so from that perspective, I'm asking like how much time you think like it will take?
It's not like time. Once you get the basic idea, you have to come up with some project type, right? Because
Okay,
in your current project, you might not be able to use that. So you have to build your personal projects. You have to
okay,
come up with the scenarios. Then only you will be able to confidently answer those.
okay. Actually, I'm having some course with me for 1 or 1.5 month.
Mm,
So I'm thinking like, and in that only they have around 10 to 11 projects
mm,
regarding RAG and all those things.
mm, mm.
So I'm thinking to explore that if you know like what is that
Yeah, that's what I
educosis
said,
course.
na, ki,
Yeah,
how do you convert the tokens, RAG, then Victor DB, all those things.
yeah.
Now join any course, they will definitely have those things properly aligned, right?
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Just follow whatever they say.
Sure, sure. Thanks.
हेलो सर.
Yeah, go ahead.
हेलो.
Go ahead.
यस सर, मुझे ना एडाप्टिव कार्ड्स इम्प्लीमेंट करना है, पीओसी बनानी है, तो कुछ रिसोर्सेज बता सकते हैं क्या? अभी
Sorry,
काफी मतलब रिसर्च
adaptive
कर रहा हूँ
card
मैं.
is it?
मुझे
मैं नहीं समझा adaptive card.
एडाप्टिव कार्ड्स सर लाइक डायनेमिक, जो हमारा फ्रंट एंड होगा ना एंगुलर में करना है मुझे. तो
हाँ.
जो फ्रंट एंड होगा ना लाइक वो सब कुछ ऐसे डायनेमिक होगा, लाइक मैं डायनेमिक फॉर्म्स, लाइक जैसे फॉर्म डॉट आईओ सर होता है ना. हेलो
डायनामिक फॉर्म मतलब तुम्हारे
सर.
फॉर्म्स की फील्ड एपीआई से आएंगी कि
एपीआई
फॉर्म
से
में
आएंगे, यस.
कौन से फील्ड दिखाना है, राइट?
यस.
अच्छा, तो उसको एडाप्टिव फॉर्म बोलते हैं क्या?
एडॉप्टिव कार्ड, हाँ सर. सर माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का एक है ना लाइब्रेरी, एडॉप्टिव कार्ड करके.
नहीं, मैंने नहीं देखा, लेकिन ये अगर डायनामिक फॉर्म बोल रहे हो कि आपका लेट से एम्प्लॉय का
हाँ
फॉर्म है, एम्प्लॉय के फॉर्म में बहुत सारे
हाँ
फील्ड है, लेकिन हमें वो एपीआई से
हाँ
पता चलती है कि कौन सी फील्ड फॉर्म के फील्ड में चाहिए, यूजर नेम दिखाना है, ईमेल आईडी
हाँ
दिखाना है, ऐसा बोल रहे हो?
हाँ. सर ऐसा तो नहीं बोल रहा मैं.
एडेप्टिव कार्ड मुझे भी आइडिया नहीं, फिर ये माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का जो भी बोल रहे हो आप. डायनामिक फॉर्म अगर बोल रहे हो तो वो रिएक्टिव फॉर्म से बहुत इजीली हो जाता है. ओके.
नहीं सर, डायनेमिक फॉर्म नहीं है वो. एक्चुअली क्या है कि रिस्पॉन्स हमारा एपीआई से आएगा, उसके बाद जो है मैं कुछ एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पा रहा, बट
सॉरी, अभी मैं देख के थोड़ा सा बताता हूँ, तब तक किसी और को चांस देता हूँ, ठीक है?
व्हाट्सएप पे मुझे पिंग करो एटलीस्ट कुछ मटेरियल, तब जाके मुझे भी
ठीक
समझ
है सर, ठीक है सर, ओके ओके।
या दक्ष और हर्ष, गो अहेड।
Hello, sir.
Go ahead, Harsh.
I'm audible.
Yes.
Actually, sir, I'm working on e-commerce project. So I'm using ASP.NET MVC. Okay, plain.
Okay.
So can I integrate the Angular in it for the product listing and searching and filtering?
No, see, MVC is something else, right? It has UI, backend, everything, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to use Angular, then instead of MVC, you have to create the API.
Yeah.
Now, currently, you will have views,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that whatever the logic you had in your views, that it has to be completely moved to the Angular side. And in MVC, instead of MVC, you will just need an API project. So
Okay.
it will be like completely revamping everything.
No, I just want for the product listing. So can I do?
Just product listing, but how you will, because if you create an Angular application for product listing, where you will deploy it?
I
Getting
can
it?
access API key from the MVC like a JSON in JSON format.
Yeah, let's say you created a simple action which is written in JSON, your product list. Okay. But you will create a different Angular application. Correct?
Yeah.
Where you will host that, and where you will host your MVC application. Then you need two different hosting, one for Angular and one for the MVC. And in your MVC, that other Angular application you can integrate, but you will need to host it differently.
Yeah, but we can enable the course then.
Yeah, you can enable it. But I'm saying you have to host Angular application on a different domain and your MVC on the different domain. Got it? It is totally doable. So many application does that. Morely, if let's say you have a Java application or .NET application, which is a legacy application, but inside that you need one page to be built with Angular or React. So we do that, and then using iframe we load that.
So it is useful or at production level or not?
It is according to your requirement. Why you need just for product listing, right? If you have so many dynamic UI or your MVC page, MVC action is not giving that performance, then you can go ahead with that.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
So it is possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Fine. Daksh.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir, I have 2 years experience in Spring Boot. Now I want to learn many things like Angular, AWS, and generative AI. So I am a bit confused what I need to choose first, like Angular or any
Sorry, your current technology?
Java Spring Boot.
Java, no?
Yeah.
So you can start Angular first. And again, you might be using where you are deploying then your applications.
On premises, currently we are deploying
Okay, on premise you are just deploying. So not any cloud service you are using then?
No,
it is
no,
on premises. So yeah, first you can complete the Angular so that full stack path will get started. Then cloud, either AWS, but normally Java, they go for AWS, .NET people go for Azure, right? So go for AWS. Like you can start from hosting. How do you create an EC2 instance? How do you deploy your Java application over there? How do you deploy your Angular application? If you have purchased a domain, how do you bind that? How do you create a DB over there? Then email service, Lambda, again, what things are there? S3 bucket, if you have to upload a file. So small thing you can explore. So first complete your Angular part, then start exploring the cloud. Once you are understanding the cloud, now then come into the Gen AI part. Like what are the either you say about OpenAI or remaining cloud services, AI related, whatever the services are there that you can integrate. But again, cloud is necessary for that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Fine. Yeah, Santosh.
Hello. Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Actually, मुझे एंगुलर मुझे 4 years का एक्सपीरियंस है. Currently मैंने एक्चुअली TCS में वर्क किया था एज अ नोड.js डेवलपर.
ओके
मोस्टली मैंने फ्रंट एंड से करियर स्टार्ट किया था। एक्चुअली मार्केट में तब ऐसा फुल स्टैक की डिमांड है। ऑलरेडी मैंने जैसा कि मिल स्टैक और रिएक्ट पे भी वर्क किया था। तो
आपका
मुझे
आवाज
स्विच
बहुत
करने में प्रॉब्लम आ रही कि या रिएक्ट पे स्विच करें या एंगुलर में।
रिएक्ट में स्विच करो कि एंगुलर में, राइट?
हाँ। यस।
सी, आपको क्या पता है उसके ऊपर डिपेंड है ना सारा कुछ,
हाँ,
राइट?
एंगुलर
आपका
में तो मैंने मोस्टली किया है। लेकिन अभी जैसे उसमें अप्लाई करने जाता हूँ तो कॉल ही नहीं आ रहा है कि 3 मंथ से तो मैं देख ही रहा हूँ, जॉब नहीं मिल रही।
सी, रिएक्ट के लिए थोड़े से कॉस्ट ज्यादा है बिकॉज डेवलपर
हाँ।
कम है रिएक्ट के।
हम्म।
Okay, because when interview start, they move from focus more on JavaScript part, and people are not able to answer JavaScript properly. So that's why those vacancies looks more. Okay, so if you
हम्म।
think yes, you can have both language properly, and you are strong in JavaScript also, you should learn React also. It's good to have both the language in your bucket. Even MNCs also prepare candidate who are good with React also and who are good with your Angular also. But focus more on JavaScript because the interview will be 50% on JavaScript, then 50% React just question they will ask. Got it?
एक्चुअली सर मोस्टली अभी मैंने एक बजाज फाइनेंस में इंटरव्यू दिया था। तो एक्चुअली क्या डीएसए से ऑलरेडी अब पूछ रहे थे एज अ
डीएसए,
फ्रंट एंड में, डीएसए वगैरह।
डीएसए एज इन वो डीएसए नहीं पूछते हैं हमें। जो डेटा स्ट्रक्चर हम बोलते हैं ना, अरे के ऊपर पूछना चाहिए, यू नो, कि अरे को फिल्टर कैसे करते हैं, सॉर्ट कैसे करते हैं, ऑब्जेक्ट में डेटा स्टोर होता है, नेस्टेड ऑब्जेक्ट, ऑब्जेक्ट में की कीज कैसे उठाना है, वैल्यूज कैसे उठाना है, स्ट्रिंग की कुछ मेथड पूछेंगे। बट डायरेक्टली जो अल्गोरिदम वाला होता है ना, वो एंगुलर या फिर रिएक्ट डेवलपर पूछते हुए मैंने भी नहीं देखा है, लेकिन कुछ प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी पूछती है। ओके,
हाँ सर, अभी एक्चुअली मैंने जैसे बजाज फाइनेंस का दिया था और ये एक कंपनी
बजाज
और थी।
फाइनेंस ने पूछा डीएसए?
हम्म। हाँ।
भाई इतनी बड़ी कंपनी नहीं हो तुम, बजाज फाइनेंस क्या डीएसए करके पूछ लेने वाला? और एंगुलर डेवलपर कहाँ डीएसए इंप्लीमेंट करे बोलना।
हाँ वही
नॉर्मली नहीं
तो।
पूछते, कितना प्रिपेयर करोगे ना, हमारी भी एक लिमिट होती है कि कितना प्रिपेयर करोगे। डीएसए
हाँ
हर कोई
हाँ।
नहीं पूछता है। और इतना इजी है क्या डीएसए जो अगर एक कंपनी पूछते तो आप स्टार्ट करके जल्दी से कर लोगे? इट्स नॉट दैट मच इजी ना,
हम्म।
राइट?
हाँ सर, एक्चुअली तो मैंने भी नोट जेएस मेरा 1 ईयर नोट जेएस का एक्सपीरियंस है ओवरऑल, बाकी एंगुलर पे, और मैंने
हम्म
रिएक्ट पे भी वर्क करके अभी करंटली मेरा पोर्टफोलियो वगैरह भी बनाया था। मैंने डिप्लॉय वगैरह खुद
हम्म
ही किया सब कुछ
बट इतना
करके।
मिक्स मत करो। अगर सीवी में बहुत सारी स्किल है ना, तो वो भी एक
हम्म।
रीजन है आपका सीवी फिल्टर नहीं होता है फिर। आपका सीवी फोकस चाहिए कि या यू आर एंगुलर डेवलपर प्लस नोड जेएस, और यू आर रिएक्ट प्लस नोड जेएस। नोड भी है, रिएक्ट भी है, एंगुलर है, सो समवॉट प्रोफाइल फिर कंफ्यूजन होता है, एचआर प्रोसीड नहीं करते हैं, राइट? नो वन विल लुक फॉर अ गाय हु इज नोड जेएस डेवलपर ऑल्सो, रिएक्ट ऑल्सो, एंगुलर ऑल्सो। सो दो प्रोफाइल बनाओ फिर, एक रिएक्ट प्लस नोड जेएस और एंगुलर प्लस नोड जेएस। ओके,
तो 2 रिज्यूम वगैरह बनाओ उसके लिए।
हाँ, तो अलग दो प्रोफाइल रखो, दो ईमेल आईडी के साथ, दो रिज्यूम करके खेलो। एक ही इसमें सब मत रखो, मतलब ही नहीं है, रिज्यूम फिल्टर नहीं होता है। ओके,
अच्छा अच्छा। हाँ
राइट।
तो सर मुझे वही कॉल के इशू आ रहे थे, अभी कॉल नहीं आ रहे थे।
राइट, तो वो रिज्यूम प्रॉपर करो, दो रिज्यूम। ओके, या वन प्लस गेस्ट, गो अहेड।
हेलो हाय सर।
या,
एम आई?
यस।
सर मुझे अभी 4 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस है एज एंगुलर डेवलपर। सर मुझे ये पूछना था, अगर अगर मैं इमीडिएट ज्वाइनर हो जाता हूँ तो मतलब एचआर मतलब ऐसे ट्रीट करते हैं क्या कि ये रेड फ्लैग है, लाइक
नहीं,
दिस?
ऐसा नहीं है, बहुत सारे लोग अब सब इमीडिएट ही है, उनको भी पता है, वो इमीडिएट के अलावा किसी को कॉल भी नहीं करते। ओके,
सर तो मतलब गैप हो जाना उससे कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ऐसा?
गैप कितना लेकिन, राइट?
नहीं।
6 महीने तक का चलता है, बट
अच्छा
मोर
सर।
देन 6 मंथ है तो वो क्वेश्चन मार्क प्रोड्यूस करता है। ओके,
अच्छा
6 मंथ
ठीक है।
का गैप, इट्स ऑल ओके, एंड डोंट think about immediate joiner. Everyone are immediate joiner now, and HR also calling for the immediate only. Okay,
हाँ सर, इमीडिएट का ही कॉल आता है वैसे तो।
right,
और
वही।
सर एक और क्वेश्चन था मेरा। मैं मतलब अभी मतलब मुझे स्प्रिंग बूट और जावा भी मतलब थोड़ा थोड़ा आता है, लेकिन
हम्म
इतना कॉन्फिडेंट नहीं हूँ अभी मैं उसमें फुल स्टैक पे। तो
नहीं तो फुल स्टैक
एमएनसी
अप्लाई मत करो, क्योंकि once you apply for a full stack ना, they will forget about Angular and they will only focused on the Java. So unless you are not confident, don't add that. Okay,
ठीक है सर। ओके।
yeah, fine.
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
Yes, yeah, Anand. Srinivas, anyone?
हेलो सर। सर
Hello.
अंकित बोला ना, अभी आपको एडॉप्टिव कार्ड।
आपने पिंग किया है?
हेलो। ये सर
मतलब
एडाप्टिव कार्ड की अभी क्वेरी की थी ना, आपको मैंने व्हाट्सएप किया है। तो प्लीज
एक
एक बार
मिनट।
चेक कर लेना, अगर कुछ इस तरह का है तो
अरे को पहले टीम
मैं
स्टार्ट
स्टार्ट
करके
कैसे
एडाप्टिव
करूँ,
कार्ड।
नहीं लग रहा।
ठीक है, एक काम करो, व्हाट्सएप पे पिंग करो, कुछ दिन बाद मैं देखता। नेटिव भी दिखा रहा है ये। क्या करता क्या है लेकिन ये शेयर पॉइंट जैसा कुछ है क्या, जहाँ पे यूआई वो 360 वाला जो क्या है उनका माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का, वो है कि क्या है ये? कि ये लाइब्रेरी है इनकी खुद की एडेप्टिव कार्ड्स? पिंग करो बाद में व्हाट्सएप पे, मैं रीड करके देखता हूँ, मुझे समझे तो। ओके, ठीक है। श्रीनिवास आरानम, गो अहेड।
Yeah,
ए
Anand
हाय।
this side.
यप।
Uh, Anand, just uh, I sir. Actually, my overall IT experience is 10 years, and in this I was working for 6 years into Angular only.
ओके।
So side by side, I was working in React,
हम्म।
and I lost my job three for on November. So
ओके।
still now I'm giving up plenty of interviews, but I couldn't able to crack any one of them. But the feel I giving up the interview, I think all the answers are correct. I feel like it was an easy interview for me, but still I couldn't able to figure out what was my problem and why I couldn't able to crack the interview.
You are
Even
able to
the
clear
answer,
L1, right?
yeah, clear Elvis.
L2 also?
Like no, like they giving some task and I'm trying to complete the task.
Hmm.
And sometimes they ask some questions in Angular and JavaScript, and they able to
Hmm.
answer everything. I
Hmm.
feel that the answer which I gave it's a correct answer, but even though I couldn't able to crack the interview. After that, I couldn't get any
Yeah,
feedback from the
got it.
HR
So
or
see, no one will give you feedback, right?
okay,
No one has
yeah,
that time. Once you, if you are not clear, they will move on to the next candidate.
next
Okay.
candidate. Yes,
So you
yes,
can ping me on WhatsApp. We can do a mock. I will be able to
yes,
see ki what, because when you give the answer, you know ki you will think ki, yeah, I have given the answer, but
yes,
might be that's why mock intros are helpful.
yes,
Ki
yes, yes,
when you don't give mock intros, whatever you are saying ki you think like I'm giving answer, right? But
yes, yes.
sometimes
Okay.
it is not like what is the expectation. You might be giving very half information. Interviewer
Yeah.
might not always correct you, right? Some interview will
Yes.
correct you ki, yeah, explain this also, explain that also, but most of
Mm,
doesn't. They will think
mm.
that you don't know, or you must have revised by hearted that answer and you're just giving it. Okay, so ping me on
Okay.
WhatsApp. We will tomorrow or day after tomorrow we can do a mock. Tomorrow, as
Sure, sure.
anyway I
Thank you
don't
so
have any
much.
mock, so ping me. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Sure. Srinivas, go ahead quickly and wind up then.
Yeah, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a total eight plus years of IT experience
Mhm.
in around and 6 years are in .NET technology.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, yeah, but in my current organization, I am mostly getting Angular kind of tasks,
Mhm.
but I could not able to deliver on time. My
Mhm.
question here is, I wanted to, uh, I don't know basic fundamentals of the Angular as well.
Mhm.
So I have gone through that, but here and there I am getting the things, but I wanted to
Mhm.
learn structured learning of the Angular, structured
Mhm.
way of learning.
Mhm.
Like, so I wanted your suggestion because
See,
uh,
how you have
there,
learned .NET? How you have learned
yeah,
.NET? You started from MVC or ASP?
I started from MVC.
MVC, right? So in MVC we
Yeah,
had model view controller, right?
yes.
So I don't know, like how you have learned, right? So try to see the same thing. All the language have concepts are common almost. Even if we talk about MVC or Angular, concepts are almost similar. In MVC, we had controller. Controller was having the
Mhm.
actual logic, correct?
Yes.
Here also we have component for that. Component inside component .ts is that file where we write our logic. And in MVC, we had a view. We create action, and on that action, we will have a different view. Here in the component itself, component is a collection of three files: CSS, HTML, and .ts. So your .ts file will reflect to the controller what we have in MVC. Your view file will reflect to the HTML file. Correct? In
Yeah.
in your MVC also, if you have some code which is not specific to any that controller or something, right? We move that code to our utility service or services. Same way here also we have services. The code, which doesn't matter if you keep it in service or component, it will work, right? It doesn't hold any global variable from the component. We can move that to the service. So our component will be lightweight. Same thing we follow in the MVC controller also. We don't keep unnecessary code into controller. We move all the code to our services. Correct? How do you do the formatting in MVC?
In
Let's
MVC, we
say,
do format.
let's say from API you get the date. From database you get the date. And while returning it
Yeah.
back, you want to format it. How do you do the formatting?
Yeah, while returning, we create the custom formatters,
Right?
like,
Custom
yeah,
formatters we create, or string dot format if you want to format, right? You know, that date or
yes.
something. So here we have pipe for that, for formatting. Getting it?
Mhm.
So try to relate it again, like basic fundamental, like component, directives, to hide and show, to create dynamic element. We in Angular, in the list page, sorry, in the .NET, in the list page, we use @for each. From your action, you return something and you iterate that by using for each. So here we have for loop for your ng for also to do the same thing. Okay. And routing in MVC, we don't have to create the routing. It get created by default. But here you have to manually create the routes. You know, in MVC we have route table and everything that's get created internally. But here we actually create it, right? So try to relate it
Okay.
with. Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
again, don't.
Going through your yeah, YouTube videos.
Hmm.
It is helping me, but thing is that they are assigning me tasks, so that way I'm getting kind of fear of frustration, kind of fear,
Right. So see,
losing
if you are
confidence.
getting task now, try to understand the task first. Okay, what is the task
Yeah.
about? Again, you already have the experience, you will be able to understand the task. Try to see how you can complete that task. Let's say they have what type of task they are giving you. Can you give me an example? Then I will explain you how you have to think. Any
Yeah.
example you can?
For example, we need to create one model pop-up on
Hmm.
whenever user click on the payment calculator,
Hmm.
it should show the model pop-up.
Right.
There, we should show the render the income fields like
Hmm.
input fields, text
Hmm.
box like
Hmm.
income field and monthly payment.
Hmm.
Yeah, after that, user click on the calculate.
Hmm.
It should show the calculating something like that. It should, yeah. If it is a .NET thing, I know,
Hmm.
I can imagine, I can implement, but here
Right.
I
In
need to
.NET,
use.
we used to use jQuery for that, to do this kind of
Mm,
calculation, right? So in jQuery,
correct.
in let's say in your MVC application, you have a button and on click of button, you want to open the model pop-up, right? So
Yes.
if we go to the bootstrap, right? So we used to have that dot open or dot hide or something method where there in jQuery. So here in Angular, if you want to open the model pop-up, let's say you have a bootstrap. So you copy the bootstrap model pop-up code, you put it into your component. And on click of the button, you want to add a dynamic style display block to that model div. So you can do that by using view child, right? So your model pop-up will open. In model pop-up, you will have the text box and the field. Now you will need the value of the text box. So how do you get the value of the text box in Angular?
In Angular, how do you read the text box value? Like similar way, by using JavaScript, we can get the document.element by ID
Right.
that
But in
value.
Angular, how do you do that? Same thing. We don't use document.getElement by ID, right? How do you
Yeah.
read the text box value in Angular? A very simple question. You create ng model, you create a variable and you bind that to the
Mhm.
text box, correct? So whenever that text box value gets changed, your value gets stored to your variable. So whenever you need the text box value, you access that variable. Two-way data binding. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So in
Maybe,
J,
yeah, because of maybe I don't have some fundamentals,
that's what
strong
I said.
knowledge.
Ki, go
Um,
with the basic first. You should understand. Ki this was
mhm.
very basic question. Ki how do you read the text box value? Your mind was going to the JavaScript. That is correct. But in Angular, it is very easy. You create a variable and you bind that variable to that text box by using ng model directive. So whenever that text box value gets changed, text box value gets stored to that variable. And if let's say variable value is getting changed, text box will show the updated value. So this is very basic fundamental. So try any either Angular 21, 19, any tutorial and go with the basic. Okay. Because see, every day you will get tasks and somehow, let's say by using AI tool or by asking someone you are completing, but you won't learn, right?
Correct. That
Give
is
some
what
time to
happening.
learning.
Actually, I'm
Right.
taking the Copilot or
Right.
GitHub Copilot
So give
helping.
some time to learn first. Clear the basic. At least 15 days it will take. Every day one topic. Follow
Okay.
any episode. Every day just one topic. Ping me. I will provide you the task also. So many tasks are there which will help you to build your logic also. Okay.
Sure.
Once you know the basic, your basics are clear, then let it be. See, it's very easy. Once your basic are clear, let them put any task. You will be able to think, and instead of just one way to complete that task, you will come up with 4 to 5 ways to complete that. That logic will get start developing. Like if you get the task, you are able to come up with the solution with your .NET. Same way you will be able to come up with the Angular also. But that
Correct.
basic should be clear. Okay.
Yeah. Because of my background experience, some development experience, I can, if it is even it is taking time, I can able to complete the task in Angular as well by using the AI tool help.
AI tool.
But thing is that I'm not getting the things.
Right.
That is.
So that's what I said. Give 15 days. Hardly 15 days, it will help you to get proper hands-on the basic fundamental. In Angular, we have very limited topics. Component, directives, right? Again in directive, ng for ng class, 3 directives. Routing, what is routing, right? Forms, template form and the reactive form. API call integration, pipes, right? Only 8 to 9 or let's say maximum 10 topics. Just master this, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for your suggestion.
Yeah. Fine. Thank you all. I hope like almost Anand, you have raised, but we have taken the question, right? So thank you. Thanks for joining.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
So this is the off-topic question.
Yeah.
So just wanted to ask one thing that the way you are teaching and the way you are conducting the sessions and all right for the Angular and for the .NET related stuff. So like, do we have like some tutors or teachers who teach in a data analytics related stuff? It is
I'm
from a
not connected. I always try to find, but again, see, teaching needs a passion, right?
Yes.
Even though people who have very good experience, let's say people having 10 years of experience or 15, not everyone is good at teaching. You have to consider your audience, and based on that, you have to limit your what you are teaching now. Even though you know everything, you cannot explain everything in one go, right? So it's very hard to find people who are good with teaching also. So I'm trying to find people with Java also. If someone live, at least if you are able to do live session over here, so at least basic idea of Java ki if someone thinks ki what is Java, at least basic knowledge is also created, then people can explore on themselves, right? But I'm not getting those people. So at least Java is limited, but data analytics again, it is way beyond my limitations again. I'm not connected with that, right?
As because like my brother is preparing for that part, so just wanted to we're finding such community where we can get it like that. But
Right.
yeah, we
Try
couldn't
for
find.
LinkedIn. LinkedIn, we have various groups for different technologies, right? So in that group, if some live sessions are going to happen, they post it there. Last Saturday, I don't know, like some of you might have attended. Some institute were there. They hosted a live session on GenAI. I forgot the name. Let me tell you. So somehow I was in that group, LinkedIn group. So I saw that notification. Then I enrolled that. Wait, I will tell you what was the name of it. Generative AI Mastermind, something was there. So they explained like what AI tools are there. How do we use it? How do we create a custom agent? Most of it I also was not because it was a 2 day session, Saturday and Sunday. So it was a whole lot thing in 2 days and complete day was there. So I was not able to concentrate that much. but they explain how to create an AI agent, right? So I also got that notification because of the LinkedIn group. So ask him to join the LinkedIn group. Just go over there and search the related technology. So many groups are there. So many people are using that group to promote also. Okay. So that way
Okay.
he can reach out to the right people. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the suggestion.
Welcome. Yeah. Thank you all. Thanks for your time.